The internment of more than 90,000 Japanese Americans during World War II was an act of racism so severe it is hard to imagine it occurred in the modern United States. Incarcerating almost 100,000 men, women, and children charged with no crime was a gross violation of the civil liberties afforded to them as American citizens. The majority of those interned were Japanese American children, forced to spend crucial developmental years in a prison-like environment. These Japanese American families received a notice informing them they were to be taken to an unknown location for an indefinite amount of time, only permitted to bring the belongings they could carry. Japanese American children interned, forced to leave their homes, schools, and communities, suffered from inadequate health care, malnutrition, lack of education, and long-lasting, extreme emotional and physical trauma. Very little medical care was provided to those in the internment camps. Health problems that were relatively minor if treated properly became life-threatening during the internment. Those who had jobs in the medical field before being imprisoned used the few resources provided to them to treat their fellow internees. The malnutrition among children in the camps caused medical problems ranging from vitamin deficiency to permanent brain damage from lack of vital nutrients such as protein. While interned, their diets consisted primarily of white rice and vegetables, as all food consumed by the prisoners was cultivated within the camp. Animal and soy-based protein was very scarce, leaving many children constantly weak and underdeveloped from muscle loss. The education provided to the children interned was substandard at best. Fellow prisoners lacking any educational background taught the children, and they were provided almost no educational material to do so. More than any other age group interned, the young children reportedly suffered the most severe PTSD symptoms extending long after the end of the war. These symptoms included vivid flashbacks. Many children also suffered from the repressed emotions of their parents. As the children sought to rationalize and understand the ordeal they had suffered, the older generation wanted to move forward rather than discuss it at all. These children felt forced to assimilate and abandon all ties to their Japanese ethnicity as a survival tactic upon release. This fostered self-esteem issues and feelings of resentment towards the United States government. Not only were the effects of internment mentally debilitating for the children, it left them at much greater risk for premature death as adults. It is estimated that those interned were twice as likely to die of cardiovascular-related problems than those who were not.